Right on, what is up, good people? Welcome back to the stream. Nice to see you, nice to be back, nice to be here in the musical space once again. Trying to fix this drum and bass combo. I'm going to give this track a listen today. The main thing now is finishing off the Cyberpunk album of Creative Commons music, which I'm putting together. Very exciting for me. I'm happy to be here again. Good to see you guys too. If you're new to the channel, I make Creative Commons music and Ableton Live templates, and I release them via Patreon. You can join as a member for free or a paid member. Check out the link in the description for the free stuff. You can see what I'm doing. Take a listen, download some of them. You won't get any missing samples if you download the Ableton Live packs because I release them all self-contained. And just check out what I'm up to today. So I've been listening to some of the stuff through headphones and through monitor speakers, and there's a big difference, and I'm going to try and narrow that down. Main thing right now is I've got to get this to sound less horrible. So let's try it. Just see where we're at with scene 2. There we go. It's not really popping, if you ask me. It seems like maybe it's a bit squashed. Even with multi-band dynamics on, makes it kind of sound worse, if you ask me. So let's try and fix that. That can sometimes be the case, I'm actually just going to leave it off. Let's just see how it sounds if we leave it off. I'm going to go back to scene 1. I don't think it needs to be so... I think maybe just the sort of dubstep sounding bass is a better idea. Okay, let's try that. Let's get something a little bit more tasty in there. That's quite cool. Let's get a second oscillator in here. One that is a little bit, maybe a bit erratic. It's going to be more bassy sounding, so I'm just doing a little bit of a sound design here. Let's see if we can make it sound decent. Yeah, that sounds a little bit more like I wanted it to. This catgut bass I've got on the left here is kind of a live bass sound, but I don't think it's going to work. I mean, we've got the live drum sound, but that sounds way better to me already. Okay, right, let's take this down in volume. I'm just going to get a regular compressor and make sure that it just kind of gets limited, brick-walled, as they say, at a certain level. I'm going to just 8 ratio them, brick wall it, that's fine. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. Output can stay where it is. See, that kind of sounds nice now. Okay, we've got a bit of headroom left. No, we don't have any headroom left. So let's fix that. Okay. Because I want this fader over here to be way up at the 0 level, but can't do that if this is... Yeah, that's what we're going for. Similar volume level, but with headroom. Okay, cool. Throughout the stream, I might just be popping over to away from the headphones, just to get a sense of the how it sounds through these speakers in front of me. But anyway, let's figure that out as we go. What's going on here? Just a texture, not much going on. Okay, that's fine. It's quite cool. It's a bit clubby, but grungy, should I say. Okay, now there is a scene in a bit. Okay, I think this is fine, but it just comes in a bit low. So let's take that up a level, up an octave. I'm guessing that this is going to be the same thing, up a level. I do like this sub layer though. It's dirty, but it's nuts. Let's leave it there. Okay, and back up to the opening scene. I'm just trying to fix this bass, basically. Okay, I know why that is. I just that's fine. Let's do a re-trigger. Trying to find some nice timings here for this LFO. Maybe we can take this down an octave. I'm struggling to find the right sound here. But anyway, we're making progress, just kind of ticking away at it, making sense of it. This needs to be doubled up here. This could also just be a lot more dirty. Let's get that peaks up there. Cut the lows on this guitar. Okay, now let's gain that up. Let's take that up 9. Still quite low in terms of its overall reach. I think the electric guitar, not too bad. I mean, it doesn't sound terrible. That sounds okay. Let's get something in there, yes. So the bass doesn't sound so exposed now, which is nice, which is what I'm going for. Problem with this is going to sound very different through the mixing. Oh. Actually doesn't sound that too bad. Okay, cool. Now let's see how this vibe sounds right at the end with... There we go, this pad is maxing out. Okay, we got crunching, which is normal. Oh my word, that sounds horrible. Okay, I'm gonna just kill this for a sec. This is a really low quality vibe happening here. God, can do a -6 on that. Okay, cool. All right, well, it's going in the right direction, I think, at least. Let's do a little bit of a cleanup of the project. Maybe that'll help with some of the crunchy stuff. So I don't actually have need for any of these guys at the moment. I'm just working with this collection of sounds, and I don't see the need for much more. So what I'm going to probably need in a minute is a couple of sweeps, but let's just see. Okay. Let's see, going from 30-40%, and CPU is now maybe a little bit better. Okay. Right. the sends are the other culprit. I don't think we're using any of these sends. I'm just going to take out hybrid and echo. Show you what I'm doing here. Cool, I'm just releasing some of the pressure on the system. Let's see how it performs now. Still crunchy, okay. Okay, cool. Let's take this polyphonic synthesizer, tube step pad, which I've been using in like all of these projects. I've been using tube step pad, default native Ableton Live device. Let's take the poly down to 2 and the voices down to 2, just kind of, I don't think we actually need more than 2 voices because we've only got 2 voices in the part, so that's fine. That might save us a bit of now the question is this analog doing anything? Taking a listen to the analog device, which is just lurking underneath this this one here. Kind of sounds nice. Yeah, noise is good when it comes to this kind of music. So, all right, let's take it down to -12 so that we're not blaring it. That's fine. Now pre-master. Okay, so everything's normalized, which is nice. Here's yet another wavetable I'm not using, so let's get rid of that. Let's see if we can maybe bounce these 2 samples down. Not sure exactly what they are, but let's take a look. Distortion, bright bass. Okay, we don't actually need that. Cool. Just a little admin here, a little housekeeping. See if we can make this thing run a bit better. I mean, do we really need this? I'm gonna resample this. Cool, resample. So now all I do is stick the current, just glitchy, typical glitchy sounding instrument there. I like this, it's a very cool texture. Okay, cool, we're gonna call this glitch, or just glitch, I guess. And we'll get resampling on, and here we go. Cool, it's a 3-bar, it doesn't have to be 4, it's fine. Cool, we take our texture. I'm not even going to bother with trying to figure out where that goes. It's just a standard texture sample. And this wire bass thing, I don't think I'm using that actually. Let me show you what I'm doing. I've got 2 texture patches here. One is called wire bass. Yeah, let's leave that in. I think it might also be a, yeah, it's another one of these. It's another one of these possibly unnecessary I'm not actually using it, yeah, just pumping it up at that level. So let's get this resampled too. I'm going to take this glitch. I'm just going to call it texture. These are both textures, and this one is going to be, all right, just resample this real quick. Cool. So when this whole process is done, I'm going to have a another one of these packs kind of ready to download for anyone who's making cyberpunk themed whatever, storytelling or whatever. But first, let's just do a quick resample. So let me show you what I'm doing. Taking this texture channel just to reduce a bit of CPU. I want to make sure I'm not using this wire bass journey device. So all I got to do now is just hit record over here. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. That should do it. Cool. 4, 2, double that up by mistake. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now I can effectively delete that, which means we've now got 2 of these patches. One of them's like a very high-pitched, glitchy sort of vibe over here, and the other one is okay. Cool guys, onwards and forwards. Got 2 textures. Okay, so let's hear the whole thing together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it starts to gel nicely together. Pad's still too loud. Pad needs to be like my old sound engineering professor said, like the sea. It's there, you can hear it if you're listening for it, but it's not something that blasts at you. Okay. Well, this is all very good. Now I want to just make sure that these yeah, that's cool. Okay, now what we can do with this to create a bit of variety is mess around with the filters. Cutoff filter, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I think we've got it up over here. Let's see. Not so sure if we need that. 48, 51, 54, 55. I don't think that's doing anything anymore. No, it's not. Let's just double check, see if there's any kind of movement here. Here it is, yeah. The LFO of this one. Because nothing's being affected by the LFO, you can see here. None of these are being affected, but if I turn that on, I don't know if that's very useful, to be honest. I might just change that. Just a little bit of LFO on it. Just a little bit of organic sort of breathing space, if that makes sense. Okay, well, I'm not actually going to use that macro. Let's try if we're gonna 51. We've got what? We've got, that's the low frequency that we want on most of them, I think. This should be a knob that impacts a lot of things. Okay. The bass is coming out nicely, except we're going to just take it down to -15. And this kit could come up a bit. I think we're squashing it a bit too much. So let's get the utility at the end of the chain and take the kit up to -9. Quite like specific about how I do this stuff. This has to be a little bit of a, yeah, that's cool. The guitar is nice, but I think it's also just a bit loud. It's supposed to be more of a pad or ambient sound. Okay, cool. So we're doing a little bit of mixing here, and let's see what else we can come up with. I'm going to put the guitars over there. Just going to give them a different color, and after that we're going to do a bounce. We've got to get on with it. We've got to get on with it, kids. Can't be just messing around all day. 4. This is a bit loud now. This sounds like a drum, but it's actually that wire bass. So that's quite cool, and I think we still got enough headroom for this to count. Yeah, okay, we're peaking out at -10 at the moment, which is great. We've got lots of space for raucousness if we wanted to take it higher. Okay, cool. So that's it. I mean, that's the whole track really. It's just kind of a loop, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a bounce of it now. It's a bit off-putting, that I don't like that. You have to go a bit nuts with these basses, I think. How does it sound if we leave that razor? And that res works quite well actually. Okay, so I've just cranked up the res value of this bass. Sounds better. I'm not going to touch the OSR filter. Okay, let's give this a bash. Okay. Sounds a little bit like an old school radio or something. Okay. Alright. Let's start it from the top. First thing I want to do is familiarize myself with the actual macros. What is going to happen when I, for example, use CC54 or 55. The list of my current macros is here. We've got 51, 54, and 55. So on this little keyboard in front of me here, it's going to be 51, 52, 3, 4, 5. These three over here. Okay, what does this one do? Let's see. Let's check it out. What's up, good people? Stream suddenly got just a little bit busier than usual. Happy Friday. Welcome to this Cyberpunk kind of construction stream. I like it. It's just a little bit over the top. Let's just go back to that and dial it back. Cool. Hey, Redford, welcome back. Nice to see you. Sorry we got cut off yesterday. Gilp, what's up, dude? Redford says hello. Gilp says, is it bad I'm almost always the only one who sees your live stream when you go live when there should be more viewers? I don't know, man. I don't make judgments like there should be more viewers. I think you get what you're worth eventually. So I've got to just up the game, you know. Like yesterday's stream quality was crap because of the network connection. So maybe it's better just not to stream it than have like... Here we go, next scene. Then we go to the guitars. I'm going to just make sure the strings aren't in that. So when we drop into this part here, let's try it with these glitch patches. Okay, now we'll do that as the second kind of ramp. We'll ramp it up from there. Yeah, nice to see you guys. Yeah, Redford, I was busy chatting to you about, you said you're a French developer, and I wanted to know, well, you said you worked at a plugin company, and I wanted to know what you did there, and I shared that I'd love to do more sort of programming of plugins. I work with web dev mainly, so it's JavaScript, which has obviously got real-time limitations. I saw a great tut once on how to like make your own guitar effects using JS, but I assume you work in C or something like that. So you do make plugins. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then this will go on for 2 or 3 bars, and then we got to drop into. This is the kind of B scene. Okay, let's figure it out. All right, I'm going to do a bounce. So we'll start at bar 5. Yeah, Fridays are always the busiest streams. But Redford says, I'm not a dev, rather UI designer / product owner. I work with devs. Ohmforce. Okay, cool. Yeah, Ohmforce, I know them. Cool, that's great, man. So you on the front end, the shiny front end side of things. That's pretty rad. Okay, here we go. I'm going to just trigger the top scene, and then let's do a bounce. Here we go. Well, not a bounce, but sort of like a arrangement bounce. I think that's enough. And then, cool. / product owner. Okay, so you might, it's your company, right? Anyway, yeah, you must let me know if this needs to be more cyberpunk or whatever brought you here. I like to meet people's expectations if I can. And we get the B scene over here with the strings coming in. Yeah, I'm having fun today, and I've had a really great day. We don't get a lot of days like this around here where we've got like power, water, no plumbers creeping around the house, like good, beautiful weather. There's the next scene, 4. Okay, that's when the live drums kind of come in. And then this is all going to drop out to a kind of a low frequency version of it. Yeah, co-funders, we're mostly co-funders. Okay, cool. Good fit. Cool stuff. Yeah, it's not too bad. I like this one. I might just run the whole thing through like a... like a flanger or a notch filter or something like that, just to get a bit of motion, especially right now in the sort of the last passage of the sequence. Now we've got to drop it back to something more basic, something like this. Okay, at that point though, we don't want the guitars and stuff back in, so I'm going to just rethink this. It's going to be just drums and bass, and we want not that same bass line, because then it's a bit tacky. Maybe we just do it like this. Okay, cool. Now we can work is keep the textures in there, so we'll keep this scene going like this. And then we drop the highs so that everything, we run the entire thing through an auto filter or a filter, which I'm finding now on my pre-master, and that's it, yeah. I see these texture patches are still going to the master. They should be going to the pre-master. Let me show you what I'm doing. There we go, cool. Yeah, I've had some good feedback from people on this stream about how to do better production-wise. That's kind of my weak point. Good at composing and coming up with ideas, but mixing and mastering is like, yeah. Oh yeah, Redford says, and then you release the whole project under CC licensing. That is pretty cool. Yes, it is. The Ableton packs, they cost me way too much time to release for free, so I release about 20% of them for free. The rest are behind the paywall on Patreon, which is $6 a month, so it's pretty good value. And those people, the patrons, get access to like all of the libraries, so the value just goes up over time. As I release more packs, you get like 20 for your money, 30 for your money, 40 for your money, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, the idea of releasing packs as a CC license, or technically it should be a CC/SA license, which is a share-alike license, means that you can make edits, but you've got to credit me. But really I'm in the early stages and I just want people to use it, so I'm not like being that restrictive. I'm offering this under the most lenient license possible. So what I want is for users, especially new users, people new to Ableton, to download these packs, open them up, have them all load instantly, because they're self-contained zero dependency packs. I deliberately don't include third-party VSTs in them. Sorry, I know that that's like I'm talking to the wrong person here, but because you manufacture VSTs. And then then they can just screw around with them and re-release them. But only issue is no releasing on Spotify or monetization on YouTube. That's the kind of the roadblock. Most people want to like release the stuff on YouTube or Spotify and like make a name for themselves. Problem with that is that once you license it as your own work, then nobody else gets to use it. They get copyright flags. The idea is that you don't you can enable monetization on YouTube, but make sure Content ID doesn't pick it up as your composition, because it's not. And the other issue is with Spotify, you can't actually credit the author. Spotify doesn't give you a description like YouTube does. So that technically would be breaking the terms of the license if you were to release it under Spotify. So the idea is to do what I'm doing and to just carry on sharing it, like sort of paying it forward. That's the whole ethos behind it. And yeah, it would be nice to earn some coins through some Patreon. So that's why I keep on showing up here and developing the skill. Cool. That's the end of the rant. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yes, we're in the bottom end of the okay, bottom end of that. Okay, so let's see what happens if we do from here. Let's just trigger that, and now we'll do a record from there. 3, 4. So now I'm recording that new scene, which is basically just the beats and the textures and stuff like that. And I'll find out something subtle to put in here. And then we'll bring the guitars back in. Let's just trigger those right now. I can do this. Not just the guitars, no bass yet. No, that's the wrong two. Let's take it from where it's supposed to be. From here. And we'll do, yeah. And I just want to trigger these two. So record with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, bringing the guitars in the sense. Redford says, yeah, the whole right infrastructure is still abysmal IMO on those stream content platform. Yeah, I know what you mean. Right, Spotify doesn't really care about people. It's a database. Gilp says, so most of your music is released on Free Music Archive. Free Music Archive is the only place where all of my music currently lives. Not even on my own website have I had a chance to to upload all of it. So FMA is where you get it. Two issues with that. One is it's their site's a bit jank, and like no one really uses like no one really contacts me through the site, not as many people as I'd like at least. And also they only allow downloads of MP3s if that's a roadblock to you. But that suits me fine, because I don't want like professional usage. I don't want to like enable FLAC downloads and then people just get it for free and use it in TV shows without telling me. That's not fair. So yeah, I try to make it available, but yeah, Well Spotted Gilp FMA is my main sort of base at the moment. The goal is to continue. Well, like I said, let me just show you where I'm at right now. I'm struggling with SQL. I'm trying to get my old database into this site. So just give you a heads up. So this is a web app that I've built. It's kind of like a Spotify clone. It allows you to like play back clips, just 30-second versions of all of the tracks I've done. So about 350, I think. Then I'm going to work on at the moment, these direct to like Gumroad, where you can download the pack, sometimes for free, sometimes for $5. And then there's also a link to YouTube. So but I want to add more links here, like to Bandcamp, and just basically enable sales. And yeah, this has got a long way to go, but it's getting there. And until it gets there, I'm going to just keep on directing people to FMA. Yeah, let me know how I can improve that too. I want to make it really easy and useful for the average user to find what they're looking for real quick. Like there should be a button for like free stuff, and then that just filters that list so they can get it all. There should be a button for like download all or download free or whatever. But I'm working on it constantly. Main issue is that I've actually got a ton of SEO that I'm not capitalizing on, because I've let my original blog lapse. And now I've got the database, but I can't work out how to plug it into the React front end. So I'm like researching that. Because if you go to that site, I don't know if this stuff is interesting to you guys, and it's my chance to just chat about it for a second. If you go to this site, so the URL pathway /music is loading fine, no problem. But if you go to like the old blog title, it will not crash. It still loads the site, but there's no data, which means that all of the blogs, like 300 or so blogs, posts that are published under this this URL pathway are not being loaded, but the SEO is still available. It's been cached by Google spiders. So people are maybe landing on this page a lot and not having anywhere to click through and not finding what they're looking for, which means I'm suffering. People could be buying a lot more stuff, could be contacting me a lot more, but I don't have the technical knowledge on hand. So I'm like sitting here like trying to figure out using PHPMyAdmin how to like filter a database and blah, blah, blah. I'm teaching myself a bit of back end at the moment. All right, that's all very exciting. Let's give it a listen through. I like this, but not so much the res. Okay, no, I'm not so sure about that. Din, 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 din. Sounds a bit there. Let's do one of these. Let's do a pitch drop. Okay, I'm going to just do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Now we're just going to go with the pitch bend wheel. Where is it? It's under MIDI control, pitch bend. Thank you. There. I want to just curve that bend a bit. Yeah, okay. No, it still sounds a bit like naff. I want to maybe just... That doesn't work. Maybe the catgut bass. So I've got a couple of things going on here. Alright, catgut bass needs... Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, we don't need this analog. All right. Redford says, listening to you, Spotify right now. Redford says, home at last, beautiful melody. Thank you very much. Last week someone said that they wanted it played at their funeral, which is amazingly complimentary. take this down. Okay, that sounds like it does need a layer or two. Let's take it. See, I've probably... That's it. Now we got more of a dubstep bass. Let's just solo this out. Cool. Maybe what we can also do is... There. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we also just need a little bit of a variation in these drums. They have to sound live, so I'm going to just do a little bit of a live tweak on them. Where are my toms? Oh, and maybe this could actually work better too. Take the tom up. Yeah, that sounds way better with the doong open song. Okay, just like that. That's gonna be it. Something like that. C, D, G, F. There we go. Cool. Dodie Redwan, welcome to the stream. I think maybe you might be one of 2 or 3 people. Thanks for stopping by. Gilp's here. Redford says he's here listening to my stuff on Spotify. What brings you here today, person? There we go. Cool. Okay, we're just doing some tweaking on this section. What's up, Redford? Redford's showing me some love by showing up in the stream. That's quite cool. Let's do 2 claps there, just to end it off. 2, 3 for Dodie Redwan. Dodie says no. No, it's not FL Studio, it's Ableton Live. Give it a try if you want to get some templates to start you off. You can check the link in the description of my YouTube channel. You'll be able to download some free stuff, basically full songs that you don't need any like VSTs or anything to load, just free and yeah, easy to play with. Not all with the sound. This is more like the Cyberpunk stuff I've been busy with. Okay, that's not a bad little intro there. Hey, someone's giving me little hearts. Yeah, hearts. Okay, this is not bad. We're getting there. Still in the composition phase. Happy Friday, everyone. Having a good day. I'm having a great day. This is part of my new trick now. So normally what I do is I drop out this. Let me show you what I'm doing. I drop out, like for example, the kick here. I might drop it out before the drop, before the next bar starts at the end of a sequence. 2, 3. Okay, good. That's fine. But now I've got the second trick, which is going over to the pre-master and making sure that my high frequencies, you can see I'm selecting here everything above 500 hertz, and I'm going to edit the automation of these 2 channels. So we'll show automation there, and we'll show this one in a new lane. Don't do that. I don't know what I just did. Automation in new lane. So both of these we can now drop out at the same time. I am not a fan of how Ableton doesn't seem to be able to check this out. All right, just watch this out, guys. if I click on that and I say show automation, that's great. Now I click on this and I say show automation in new lane. It doesn't load up the previous automation of the one that I just selected. It's like I've now got to go back to it. Anyway, old man gripe. Okay, anyway, I'm dipping out everything over 500 hertz just before the new section lands. Here's how it sounds. Redford says, I may have missed it, but how do you work the sound texture? Picked some sample packs, work them yourself, both. Oh yeah, so there's almost nothing in this is the like sample packs I downloaded. Everything I'm using is default Ableton Live devices and racks. Some of them are samples I've collected over the years and stuff, but I've processed them so much they're like unrecognizable. And yeah, I've by sound texture, I guess you mean like this type of stuff, these types of textures, or do you just mean in general like the overall palette, the overall selection of sounds? What I'm actually doing, my method, in case you want to know, there's no secret. It's like I just get the soundtrack from the actual game, which is here. I'm not going to play it because I'll get flagged for copyright on YouTube, but I listen to it very carefully and then I like try and work out what the sounds are. Then I'll go through the Ableton Live library, mostly using the wavetable device because it's the most modern sounding and it's the most suitable to a cyberpunk sort of theme. And finding wavetable devices, patches, and tweaking them to make them sound great or sound more cyberpunk. And then I'll save those tweaks in my stuff as cyberpunk devices. So I'm going to release all of these devices too. These are all, again, self-contained Ableton Live devices. And yeah, so I'm building up a palette of sounds here, which means that the tracks I'm making are generally starting to sound consistent, which is what I want from like a release that's got a theme, like Cyberpunk theme. Okay, let's just hear this out again. I'm also going to just be less boring about the timing. I want the timing of this little drop that I've just made here. I think maybe jada, maybe jada, like that. No. And there's a click whenever this goes off, which is a problem. That's it. That's the effect I want, right like that. Just a little suction before it drops. 2, 3, 4, 2. Here we go. That's it. And then the new stuff comes in. Great. Right on. I'm going to take a small sip of water out of this tiny water bottle. In case you're new to living in South Africa, these are coming very handy when the water goes off. That is so much better. All of this talking. Oh, it's so great to have you guys here. I love Fridays. Everyone shows up. Okay, let's keep going. People, onwards into the abyss. I'm gonna need a crash of some kind there. I'm definitely not using like drum crashes. I'm gonna be using sweeps. That's kind of where we're at right now. So I really just look for a down sweep. So like a down sweep like that. A lot of them are Vengeance samples that get used basically everywhere. That type, just generic stuff basically. There's nothing terribly special about it, but it doesn't fill a very big need in the track, so I don't need to, spend hours finding the exact right one. What I do need to do though is just firstly get this down as a sweep, and then also make sure that it's freaking minus 18 dB, because these Vengeance samples are like impossibly loud. I don't know how they do it. Cool. Alright, here's the whole thing. Actually, I said I wasn't going to use drums, but we've got a live drum kit going right here. We might as well just create a little drum sound, right? Just to fill it in. So, where's the crash? There's one over here and there's one over there. I'm going to hit them both. It's tempting to hit all the crashes. You can do that, but I like to pretend that there's a real drummer behind the kit. So only two hands can hit the crashes at the same time, unless you're playing the drums with your feet. That's cool, and we've got a nice stereo vibe there. Cool. Okay, that's fine, except it's warped. It needs to be a bit longer, and I think minus 18 is a bit high, so we'll take it up to minus 12. 2, 3. There you go, that's it. That. And I'm gonna just crank up the reverb on this. That's it. Delay it. There we go. And I want to also just turn a little bit of stereo imaging here, so one of them will be a little bit slower than the other. 2. Yeah, it just gives it a bit of image. Okay, I'm going to actually do it a bit more. 2. There you go. That like takes it here and pushes it back. That's great. Okay, cool. Alright, kids. I know I'm faffing around with the first like 18 or 16 bars, but I just want this to sound right. The start of a track is so important with Creative Commons music because generally people aren't listening like recreationally. They just want to find something quickly for their project that they're going to use it in. So they're listening to like the first 10 seconds of tracks, like maybe like 5 a minute. So you got to kind of hook them and then deliver quickly, you know? Let's take this sweep right to the beginning here too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also like the idea of not hitting them too hard in the beginning with all of the fun. Maybe what we should do is mute out the yeah, let's do that. Alright, here we go. I'm going to just record this live just by playing it. So I've got my hand on the keyboard. I've got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 mapped to the frequency bands on this device here. That's cool. That's cool. There. See these frequency bands over here? I've got them mapped to 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to just give myself a little click. Click, please. 2 bars, and then record off and on. We'll start with off. Okay, let's get on it, man. Yeah, we can just start with them off right here. Yeah, there we go. Off and 2, 3, 4. I don't want to record bass. Sorry, again. Not lift 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the first one. This should be off right now. Gotcha. 3, 4. Cool. I'm just going to drop. You'll hear a difference in the high and low frequencies here. 1, 2. That's it. There we go. Actually, I'm going to save this sweep for the end. Right. Now let's get back to the pre-master. I've got to just change one thing with an edit. I want this. I didn't actually freaking copy it. Didn't save it. I didn't save it because automation wasn't recording. Yay. Okay, 500 to 10. Show automation. I just want these 4 bands to be visible at all times. Okay. So that's under 10,000, 510, and no. One of them is a duplicate. We want this one to be visible. Oh, there it is, under 100, so it's going to be down there. So this is how it should look. This is under 100, 100 to 500, 500 to 10k, everything under 10k, got you. It's actually above 10k, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of boring shizness in my head here. Okay, now what we want to do is make sure that high and low are both off for the intro sequence. That sequence over there, high and low. Cool. I see it done that. Okay, cool. Let's just drop them all the way down to the beginning of the track. Okay, and now we should have the sound I'm going for. See, they're off right over here. Now they're going to come in towards the end over here. 4, 1, 2. You can hear the lifting of the energy. You know, that's the idea. Alright, cool. We got that down. So now let's just give it a listen. Enough thinking, just feel it out. I'm gonna crank it up in my cans so I can hear what's going on. Sweep can come down. Okay, not bad. We're gonna hear another little piece of... I'm gonna actually just touch earlier. I want this to land a touch earlier, so going back. That's it, yeah. I think this should also go to the delay. Okay, now it's starting to be a bit like noisy, so maybe we can this needs to come up just like that, yeah. Okay, then it's cool. Now we just want to get this it's not bad, it's quite a cool little vibe. I'm gonna get the drums that I recorded, that drum fill. We're going to get one over here, that's right, and then another one here. In fact, we might as well just join these as the main sort of loop. So that's a 16-bar loop, I believe, and I'm going to now just duplicate it or duplicate it, as they say, as nobody says except me, because I'm a dork. Certain things happen when you become a dad. I'm a dad now, and one of them is that you become a dork. Because to be a good dad, you have to be a dork. Something sounds horrible. 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 Oh no. Scheiße. I've done something bad. What did I do? Oh. I've screwed up the bass somehow. Yeah, that's definitely true, yeah, the dog. Oh, because you gotta be playful and silly and all that. Okay. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. This one here... Ah, damn, I hate it when this happens. I screwed up something, man. Everything's 5 semitones lower than it should be. Why would that be the case? Something has caused, and it's common to both. I see. Okay, let's just try to figure this out. We're in the key of A minor in the bass, and the guitar is in do. Guitar is in A minor, so it's saying that it's in A minor, but it's playing back a note which is 5 semitones higher. Now, what could that be? Transpose on the distortion, transpose on the bass is fine. Any other ideas? Redvid says, also they give you the permit to be a dork when you become a dad. The permit, yeah. If your kids are unhappy, they'll enjoy it when they become parents. That's true. That's a lot of truth bombs happening there. Yeah, they change things, that's for sure. Just like I've changed something now and I don't know what it is, and now I've got to figure it out. One thing I could do is just change the bass so that it doesn't transpose anymore. Oh, that's annoying, huh? Sounds so demonic. This is a good place to get demon sounds. Yeah. Yeah, mine was just 18 months ago, bro. That's when my fatherhood journey began. Part of the reason I enjoy the stream so much is because it's just my time, you know. I'm sure you understand. Redford, have you tried Roar for distortion? I don't think so. Although, again, I'm not in the habit of... I'll try it out for my productions and stuff, but for this self-contained template stuff, I try not to include anything in the pack that's not downloadable immediately. So no dependencies, basically. I don't think I have Roar. It could be under plugins right now. There's loads of cool stuff like that. Cool, thanks for the recommendation, though. New in Live 12. Oh, Raw is the new one in Live 12. Got you. Yeah, the distortion effects in Live 11 are nothing special, must be honest. Yeah, it's not a plugin. It's under. It'll be under audio effects or MIDI effects. Yeah, not there. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in Live 12. One thing I wanted to do there, which I thought I did already, was drop out the highs. Drop out the highs. Drop out the highs. Okay. Okay, I did something cool. This is a nice little technique I've been working on. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing. I'll just get completely out of the way so you can see. Redford, inspired by Omicide from Ohmforce. Cheeky little plug. Gilp says it should be in drive and color. Yeah, it would be, I think, if it's a Ableton 12, we'd get it under drive and color, but because I'm in 11. Okay, check this out. I'm going to take this pre-master and duplicate it. So everything, all of these tracks, everything's going to pre-master. I think of it as like my master. Then when I go and send the signal to master, it's completely empty, so you can see a very honest reflection of what is going on in your very final master. Okay, that's my modus operandi. That's how I do it. Now what I'm starting to doing is I'm calling this bus EQ, which is which feeds into pre-master. So it's actually like a pre-master, and I'm complicating it because it works. Bus EQ. Everything goes to. Let's do this one. Yeah, let's do this one. Bus EQ. So I want this one to be the one that goes to bus EQ. No, that's not. Pick the wrong one. Just give me a second. I want to show you something cool. Okay, so all of these currently going to bus pre-master. I want them to all go to bus EQ. EQ bus allows me to select which tracks are going to be impacted by massive changes in EQ, like I've been doing with the automation on and off with the high frequencies, that kind of thing. So now I've changed it so that everything is going into bus EQ. Okay, then bus EQ goes to pre-master and pre-master goes to master. Now what I can do is just go to bus EQ, and I want to delete all of the automation values on, I want to go to the EQ and delete all of the automation values because I don't need them anymore. I've got two things doing the same thing, so pre-master, delete automation. Yeah, let's do these guys here. Okay, that means the actual automation is still on bus EQ, so we're going to get the same sound here. It's off now because I've disabled that. Okay. Now what I'm saying is pretty cool here is that now that I've got this subrouting, then I can decide. There's a moment in this track where I want, for example, the pad, and only the pad, not to go to bus EQ. I want it to skip the ability to be radically filtered. So, and Gilp says, by the way, I'm in Live 12 and hope these will work in the new versions of Live. Yes, they will. Live 12 will be able to open Live 11 files with no problem. One of the major problems or failings of Ableton, maybe it's by design, but they're not backwards compatible at all. So not even like within the same version. For example, a Live 11 file, 11.0 will open in 11.1, but not the other way around. So that's their way of continually pushing things forward. So you'll definitely be able to open Live 11 files. They shouldn't give any trouble. If they do, let me know, because I don't have the ability to test that yet. So I'd appreciate your feedback, Gilp. But I predict that they'll be fine because they've designed it like that. Okay, so here we go. You can see this. Yes. What the shit? Now it's back to being in the wrong key. That's how it was. Anyway, Redford says it's every app. It's due to the way the features adds up rather than shrink over time. Stuff is happening. Okay, so it's not just an Ableton thing. It's whatever you want to call it, planned obsolescence, or just, you know, why would you make things backward, very backward compatible? It doesn't really serve you. But anyway, I don't care. Like, I mean, Ableton's done great stuff, and I'm not hating on them or dogging them. I just want to point out that, like, that's the reason I haven't upgraded, is because I'm releasing packs at an earlier version to serve people at a later version. Right now, I might have people watching who are still on Live 10 and can't use my music, so that narrows my audience. So check this out. This was my idea. So you notice pad is still, let's just skip ahead. So now everything else is dropped out except for pad. Everything else is running at a lower, or should be running at a lower frequency band. So here's what I'm going to do. At this point, I'm going to show you show automation. Yeah, there they are. Now I want the top two bands for this point to drop out. So I'm going to do the dropout like that. That should work. Sorry, I've got the bottom two bands by mistake. There we go, 1 and 2. Cool. So check this out. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate is that pad is the only thing unaffected by this moment. See, it's quite a cool little technique. Redford, it's not the same as planned obsolescence. One is something that's inevitable due to industrial constraint, quote. The other is when companies adds to that for ill intent. Yeah, planned obsolescence is kind of a dirty word. That's not really what I meant. I think you understand, Redford. But yeah, of course, this means that the older your template is, the more people can open it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking of dropping out the drums here too. Redford, there's a huge distortion on the sound, really. I realize suddenly it's an OBS issue. No, am I dropping frames again? No, I've got 0 dropped frames. Oh yeah, not by design. Maybe it's an OBS issue, I'm not sure. But yeah, dudes, this is the end. I've got to get going, but yeah, not dropping frames. It looks like I've got 0 today, which means the internet weather has been great. This has been a great stream. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Your voice is good. It's just all that comes from Ableton. Okay, I might have to just refresh the Restream plugin. Let's just stay on the line. I want to just try something out real quick. Oh shit! I know what I did. Damn! I know what I did wrong. Whoa, that's fucked. When I duplicated the bus EQ thing, I duplicated Restream. I should not be duplicating Restream. There we go. So I want everything to come through bus pre-master, one instance of restream. Should be better now. Take a listen. Does that work? Hopefully it sounds better. Yes, thank you, Redford. Real-time audio assistance. Shot, thank you. I'm going to cut this bar, this whole sequence right here. I'll tell you what we do. We bring the strings back in quite late. And I want to drop that out there. I want this to be a yeah, let's do one of these. Cool, check this out. I'm going to make a little moment here. Strings come back in like we're going somewhere. All right. And now we're going to have an EQ drop. And the pad's going to cut out. And we can do something else there just to color it up. Ah, man, I could work on this thing all day. Let's put the sweep back in there and see what that sounds like. Right as the pad drops out. Sweep's coming in late. Shouldn't be late. Oh, I see. I've got it maxed out on delay. So it's not actually playing the first time. Is this going to sends only? Oh, it's playing through the bus EQ. So this should actually not be going to bus EQ either. Sorry, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. I'm just figuring things out here. Cool. And then when that happens, I'm going to ramp up one of the missing EQs. So let's do the second to last one. This one we don't actually need, I think. Which one is the... Yeah, it's this one we don't need. Okay, this one's the 500 to 10K, so this is the mids. This is the high mids. So we want the low mids to come back on, which is it this one? And we want them to come back on here. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay. Maybe what we could do at that point too is just bring the guitar back in. Okay, here's the whole sequence. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right, we're getting there, kids. We're getting there. I'm gonna have to keep going with this one on Monday. Looking forward to it already. And just put a pin in it so I can just remember that I'm not actually must move on. Redford, it's very cool. I was wondering if you had some background in that kind of music, but this seems very different than from what you have on your catalog. Yeah, I've been challenging myself to learn new styles of music for forever. I've tried not to repeat myself too much, but this is totally new to me. The focusing on the production as opposed to the composition is like new territory for me. So I want to learn, I want to push myself, using these techniques like routing and automating, EQ bands and that kind of stuff. That's where I get feedback from the guys, from you guys on the channel. You're like, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? I'm like, aha, crowdsourcing the next wave of my ability. So yeah, I don't have a lot of experience in Cyberpunk, or even I've done dance music, but not like hardish nightclub type stuff. I don't think I have the ability or the gear to do a very good job of that, but I enjoy trying new things. That's one of the reasons I'm with Creative Commons, is like I try. It doesn't matter if you fuck it up, it doesn't matter. Like I don't get to choose what it's worth to other people, so I do it for my own reasons, to stay in the habit and to push my boundaries and get a couple of coins in the hat. But my philosophy is very much like just keep on trying to learn something new. And picking up on what you guys are offering is like, honestly, it's shaping the direction of this whole thing. But yeah, like really, I'm getting tired of my voice now. I'm gonna go and chill out a bit. Gonna meet a friend in town for a birthday thing tomorrow. So I'm gonna just let this thing play as usual. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. What a cool stream. I love Fridays. Yeah, share the love. See you guys around. I mean, you pretty much supporters of the channel already, but yeah, you know where to find me. Redford, the only one I can think of that I don't know many, is sidechaining tracks from the kick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one of the little neat tricks that they teach you. Let's just color this up. I'm a freak about colors. I love it when everything's the same color. All right, that's it, dudes. I'm going to play this, and thanks very much for stopping by, Gilp and Redford and Mystery Caller, whatever you are. See you guys soon. Peace out.